Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I am going to give you guys a second to hop on, and then we are going to jump into talking a little bit about Instagram and how to use that social media platform to grow your business. And I'm going to attempt to do it in less than 20 minutes, which if you guys have watched my other trainings, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, guys. Good morning. So, for those of you guys who don't know me, I'm Jenn Richardson. I started coaching almost 6 years ago. My coach anniversary is coming up in a couple weeks. And when I started, Facebook was like the thing. That's where all the coaches were running their businesses, and I was not feeling it. It didn't work for me. I had almost no warm market. People were just not interested in what I was doing as far as wanting to hop on board with what I was doing. And I was kind of in that situation where either I figure something else out or I quit. And I'm not a quitter, and I know you guys aren't quitters either, or you wouldn't be in this group. And so I know that if you're in a position like me where you've been using your Facebook and you've been doing all the things, it's not working for you, there's something else. And what I've been doing on Instagram, I have over the years tweaked it to make it easier, and where you're not going to be sitting on your phone tied to this thing all day long, because none of us want that. So I've broken it up in kind of 3 separate parts, how to start on Instagram and how to really grow, but also connect and convert people that you are networking with into business building coaches, because essentially that's what we all want to do. So the first thing is, if you are spending hours following 10 people, erase everything you know right now and just start fresh, because you were overthinking it to the point that it's not going to work for you. Okay? It should not take hours to follow 10 people. In fact, it should take you less than 5 minutes to follow that many people. The next thing you guys need to know is, who are you talking to? Who is your target market? Now, if you don't know this, then you are just putting stuff up on social media and hoping it sticks with someone. And unfortunately, that's not gonna work. So if you go to your Instagram and you pull it up and you look at your feed and you see some workout selfies, maybe you've got one of these and you're smiling, maybe you're doing a workout video clip, and I would say 95% of your feed is your Beachbody business. That's a problem, because you know who you're attracting? You're attracting other coaches. You're attracting other people that are doing the same things that you're doing, and you're not really honing in on anything else, and you're not establishing kind of a market for other people to be attracted to. So first thing, I really want you guys to check out your own social media and look at it. And look at it from like an outside view perspective. If you were coming to your page for the first time, what would they think you were all about? And I think that stops a lot of people, because probably the biggest thing I hear from coaches that use Instagram is, I'm only getting other coaches liking my stuff, or only other coaches follow me. And then the first thing I do is when I go to their page and I look at what they're posting, and I'm like, well, this is why. You're using hashtags that are coach related. Your feed is very heavy with Beachbody. So who are you talking to? Because you don't want to be talking to other coaches. They're already signed up. You want to be talking to people that have similar interests to you. So if you are an avid camper and you love camping and you love being outdoors and you like going hiking and that's really fun for you, I want to see a huge part of your feed about that. And you want to trickle your fitness in and trickle your calls to actions about Beachbody into that interest of being outdoors and being in nature and hiking and camping and all of that stuff. Does that make sense? You want to constantly be sharing on your social media about the things that interest you. Beachbody is an interest for all of us, or we wouldn't be here, but it's not the only thing that we do. And so it's really important, more so with Instagram than Facebook, because Instagram is so visual. When someone goes to your profile for the first time, within a few seconds, they've decided, do I click with them or do I not? Do I resonate with this person or do I not? So you want your feed to be a really great representation of who you are, what you're about, what you're interested in, and you want to connect with someone right off the bat. So that's what you can control. You can control that story that your Instagram is telling by the way you share and what you share and who you're talking to. Okay, so now moving forward into the build phase, because you can be posting the most beautiful pictures on your social media and on your Instagram, but if you don't have people seeing it, then it's kind of pointless, right? Like, we need people to be seeing what we're doing for it to be effective to use the social media tool as a business. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to create a hashtag set list that is for my target market. I would tell you the best way to do that at this point is to find large accounts in your niche. So for example, and this is just me, again, this will not apply to everybody and maybe it won't apply to any of you, but I'm really big in the mom blogger world. That's where I started. That's what I did before I joined Beachbody. That's kind of my niche. And so I follow a lot of big mom bloggers. Now, do I think I'm going to recruit the mom blogger that has 1 million followers? Probably not. But the people that comment on her profile and that comment on her posts and that follow her are potentially people that will resonate with me, since I'm in that same type of market. So I would recommend going to a non-Beachbody person in your niche market and taking a look at who's commenting on their pages, what hashtags are they using, what hashtags are their followers using, and you'll get a really good idea of what kind of community you want to dive into by that person's account, because their account is an example of a very successful account in the niche that you are trying to get into. So I have about 5 or 10 of these larger mom blogger accounts that I use, and I'm constantly looking at what hashtags that they're using, and you know, they switched up constantly, so I'm switching it up, and I just put these hashtag set lists together. Another way to do that is to go to, it's called displaypurposes.com. I will link it in this caption. You probably have heard me talk about it already if you've watched any of my trainings, and it's basically a hashtag generator. The reason why I say that one's secondary as to primary as I used to is because going to these real accounts and looking at actual hashtags that these big accounts are using are just more beneficial. Also, the people that are following these accounts and that are commenting on these accounts are a way for you to find people as well. So if you get hung up on the hashtags, if you're like, oh, I have these hashtags and they seem really good, but I'm not really finding anybody, okay, go to one of these big accounts and look at who's commenting. Click, 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 click. Follow. Follow all of those people. So the first stage is growth. This stage has nothing at all to do with tracking people. It has nothing to do with messaging people. It has nothing to do with anything other than following them. Okay? So if you're going to have 3 power hours in the day for social media, and this is what I would recommend. If you can't do this, tweak it for what fits your schedule. But I would say 3 hours for your Instagram or for your social media. But I'm talking Instagram, so we're gonna be specific to that. The first hour, that first power hour is gonna be following. You are just gonna be following people that hour. Not tracking, just following, because you need growth. You need growth. And so Monday through Friday is follows. Saturday is nothing. Sunday is unfollows if you want to. You don't need to do unfollows every week if you don't want to. I do, because I like to keep my numbers down, but you do not need to do it. You could even do it once a month. It's totally up to you. The app I use to do unfollows is called Cleaner for IG. It's for Android and iPhone. It works for both of them. And you can follow that method where you do Monday through Friday follows, Saturday nothing, Sunday unfollow. That way, the last person you followed was on a Friday. They have at least 2 days to follow you back before you unfollow them. Okay? It's not perfect. Unfortunately, there's no system that I found that sorts by date followed, but it's pretty good, and it's worked well for me for a few years now. So that's what I do as far as growth. You're going to spend a whole hour doing that. In that hour, honestly, I can easily follow 100 people, easily, in that hour. When you get efficient with this and you are really honed in on these accounts that are awesome, or these hashtags, like there are some hashtags, you guys, that I use that 7 million, 8 million, 9 million people thread into these hashtags. And I go into them. Now, really quickly, when you go into a hashtag, it will say recent and it'll say top. And there's 2 different categories when you click on a hashtag. you want to click on recent, because if you click on top, it's going to give you like the top people using that hashtag, and usually they have hundreds of thousands of followers. Those are not the people that are going to follow you back. You want to click on recent, and you want to be looking at people that have a moderate number of followers that you have a chance to follow back. So that first hour is all about growth. Okay, so the second part of your power hour is engagement. So engagement is so important, not only to potentially recruit these people to be a potential customer or coach, but because Instagram wants us to be engaging with the people we are following, with the people that we are trying to interact with. They want to see comments, and they don't want us to just see emojis. In fact, Instagram would really like to see 4 words or more on a comment for it to be ranked as a really genuine comment. Because unfortunately what's happened is people have hired bots and have created bots that auto comment, like little smiley face emojis or little heart emojis, and it's kind of disrupted the Instagram algorithm as to what's a genuine comment and what's not a spam comment. So what people are doing is they're trying to have these really genuine comments. And you guys, if you're commenting on people's pictures that are in your target market, you're gonna be interested in what they're posting about anyway. So don't overthink the comment. Comment as just you're genuinely interested in what they're posting about. You know, a lot of the time I'm posting like, oh my goodness, I love those jeans, where are they from? Or those are adorable shoes, where are they from? And you guys, even if I never intended to have them be something from a Beachbody business, still wanted to know where the shoes were from, still liked those jeans. Do you get what I'm saying here? So if you're not into jeans and you're not into shoes, do not comment, I want your jeans or I want your shoes. You should be commenting like, oh my gosh, that hike looked amazing. Like, I really would love to go there. Do you know what I mean? You are, again, talking to your target market. So your comments should come easily because they are from your heart and they are something genuinely you would say to someone, even outside of it being part of a power hour. I hope that makes sense. And so during that secondary power hour, yes, I usually still do follows. And what I usually do is go in and I look at the account, and this one takes a little bit longer because now you're looking at people. But again, do not overanalyze, okay? You do not need to look back through 2015 at their pictures. Like, look at the first couple. Are you immediately attracted to them? Let your natural gut instinct take over here. When you look at their picture, are you like them or don't? And if you don't, move to the next. You know, because it's like that law of attraction thing. You're either, you know, our bodies just respond. And a lot of people, as I'm scrolling, I'm like, oh my God, she's so cute, she's so cute, she's so cute. And follow, comment. And this is part of your power hour. So maybe tell yourself, maybe I followed 100 people for my strictly growth power hour, because that's the first phase is growth. And for the second power hour, which is engagement, I want to follow and like 50. I want to do that. I want to set 50 for myself, and you'll do 50 in the hour. Now, people are going to ask me about tracking. So what I would say to you is, what are your goals as far as how many people you want to recruit a month? If you want to recruit 5 coaches a month, you're going to need to be having at least 25 conversations a month with 25 separate people. If you are having 5 conversations a month with 5 people, I can almost guarantee you are not going to sign a coach. Because this is a numbers game. You might have people that are like, oh my gosh, I'm totally interested. I'd love to sign up. Oh my gosh, send me your link. And then they don't even check out. You're going to have a wide range of types of people. Some are going to ignore you. Some are going to say no. Some are going to say they're interested and then don't respond to you for 2 weeks. So it's a numbers game. You need to be talking to as many people as possible in order to get a yes. So for me, in the build phase of my business, I was probably talking to 50 people a month, and I would track them in a Google Sheet. You can track them however you want. I don't recommend pen and paper, because if you're tracking 50 people a week, that will add up throughout the month and the next month and the next month. A Google Sheet makes it really easy. I create a spreadsheet for each month. So I'll have January tracking, February tracking, you know, and so on. And you can highlight the people depending on how the conversation went and how they responded. Did they give you a hell no, I'm so not interested? They're going to highlight in red, so you know that you talked to them, but they are not interested. Add that info into the notes section of your Google Sheet so that you can reference back. There will be people in yellow that are like, I'm interested, but not right now. Like, I don't know. Highlight them in yellow so you know to go back. People in green are like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for messaging me. This is the best message of my life. Like, sign me up. You will have people like that. You honestly will. There are going to be people you message that are so excited that you message them. Maybe they've been watching you and they're kind of nervous to message you. They don't know if like they'd be a good fit for your team, or they don't know how this challenge group thing works and it's intimidating. So you're going to have those people you highlight in green. So that's what I do. Now, if you are not in a phase of your business where you can track 50 people a month, tell yourself 20. Tell yourself whatever number works for you. I'm not going to tell you a specific number you have to track, but make it, make it go alongside of your goals. And I think that's the best way I can say it. Now, for the last part of 2018, I was tracking probably 10 a month. And I was probably signing, I don't know, maybe 5 coaches through that. There wasn't a lot of growth. So I've stepped it up and now I'm tracking 25. And it's been a lot better for me. I mean, I've already signed 12 coaches and it's, that's a good number for me. I'm not a recruiter that brings in like 30 coaches a month. That's not who I am. I'd rather bring in 10 really good business builders than bring in 30 that are like, I don't know. Anyway, I digress. So your Google Sheet, you will write their name, you will write their Instagram name, you will write the date you followed them, and you'll have notes. And the notes are kind of how the conversation progressed, and anything relevant for when you reference back to those people to do follow-ups, you will have in there. Okay, so that is phase 2 of your engaging. This is just engaging. This is just commenting. This is watching their Instagram stories. This is liking their pictures. That's the engagement power hour is phase 2. Now, phase 3 is the hard invite. So what I usually do is I probably wait like 2 weeks. That's just a benchmark. Some conversations I have, I hit it off with this girl really quickly and I invite her more quickly. We're all smart here. We're all grown-ups. You can feel a conversation either working or it's not. Like they're either into you or they're not. You know what I mean? So feel it out. The rule of thumb for me is like 2 weeks is a good amount of time to allow the relationship to grow if you're continuously commenting and talking to them and whatnot. And if it goes well and you feel like you're ready, then you send the hard invite. And mine is just complimentary to them. Why do I want them on my team? Why are you asking this person to be part of your glimpse group? Or why are you inviting them to be part of your team? That's what you're saying to them. You don't need me to give you a script to tell you why you want to invite this person. So tell them why you want to invite them and then invite them to something. So I usually like to time these big hard invites around a glimpse into coaching group that I'm about to run so that I have something physical to put them into. But I also do some invites outside of the glimpse group and I have a YouTube video that is my What is Coaching video. And I have a one-pager that is coaching in a nutshell that I send. And then I also have a What is Coaching PDF guide. And I have, it's kind of like what my glimpse into coaching group in a PDF form so that they have all of that in their hands for them to go through and look at. And I give that all to them. Now, as far as who I'm sending the invites to versus how many people I'm engaging with per day. So if I'm telling you to engage with 50 people a day and commenting on their posts and liking their posts, you're not tracking all 50 of those people every day, right? You're gonna pick like the ones that stand out to you the most. The ones that you're like, oh my gosh, I really want her on my team. She'd be amazing. I think she would rock it. And all the people that you're engaging with are not gonna have that feeling for you. You're gonna have to look at those people and say, oh my gosh, I would love to have her and I'd love to have her. Maybe in your first week of the month of doing your power hour, you pick all 25 and you've got your 25 for the month that you're gonna track. That's fine. Then the rest of your power hours daily is just gonna be engaging and commenting in general. Because even if you don't wanna track this person to recruit them this month, you still want them engaging on your posts. You still want them to follow you back. You still want them to follow you, period, right? So the engaging isn't just to move them to the invite stage. It's to have a relationship with the people on your social media that you're trying to have watch your journey and watch what you do. So after I do the hard invite, I mark that on my Google Sheet that I have done that hard invite. How did it go? Is it a follow-up? And whatever. And basically this is like a daily thing that I do every day, Monday through Friday. Saturdays, I usually still engage with people, but it's just kind of whatever. It's nothing like serious. Monday through Friday is your 1, 2, 3 phase power hour for Instagram. And you guys, it just hit 20 minutes. So I did it. I did it, yay. So I hope that was helpful. If you guys have questions for me, feel free to comment on this thread. I will update the caption with the display purposes, little hashtag generator link, and anything else you guys that I've referenced in here that you want me to link to, ask and I will post it in here. But I hope that was helpful, and happy Monday. Stay tuned for Christy. Bye guys.